Hi there guys, so Anthony Joshua has explained he had to deal with a lot of backstabbers after he suffered the first defeat of his career against Andy Ruiz Jr. on June 1st in Madison Square Garden 2019. This is what Anthony Joshua had to say. I had my own issues going on that I said I would explain one day, so I took my loss like a man. But what I found is that a lot of industry friends that were smiling in my face were ready to stab me in the back when I took my loss. So there we go, that is what Anthony Joshua has explained he had to deal with after losing to Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, a defeat at that level is going to be devastating enough, especially when you are a heavy favourite going in and the guy upsets the world, becoming the first Mexican heavyweight world champion. And everyone just thought that Anthony Joshua was just going to walk through Andy Ruiz Jr., then go on to the next fight. And then Andy Ruiz Jr. upset the world, so that's hard enough to deal with. But also having people who you believe are on your side stab you in the back when that happens, that is going to make things a lot worse. But the one thing that Anthony Joshua can take from it is he knows who his friends are now. He knows who is going to support him through thick and thin, through good and bad. And that is a good thing going forward. That is a positive thing because Anthony Joshua still has his best years ahead of him. He still has big fights with Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury, maybe Luis Ortiz, maybe even rematches with Andy Ruiz Jr. and Joseph Parker down the line. So Anthony Joshua still has his best years ahead of him. And now he knows who is really on his side. And it is always best to try and take positives from every negative because obviously that was a negative experience for Anthony Joshua losing his world titles in his American debut, but he can take positives from it going forward, and that is, as I said, he knows who is going to support him now. So he knows that everyone on his team and the people who he surrounds himself with are on his side, and going forward, as I said, he is going to need that because Anthony Joshua is a commercial giant, the biggest star in world boxing alongside Canelo Alvarez. So I mean, everyone's going to want to be a part of that, but not everyone is interested in doing it for the benefit of Anthony Joshua himself. So that is why someone in that position needs to be careful about who they surround themselves with, because there are many people who just want to jump on the gravy train, and obviously Anthony Joshua knows who those people are now. Now, obviously, the rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. was very one-sided. Anthony Joshua completely shut him out, did not allow him to do anything like he'd done on June 1st, because let's remember, in the first fight, Anthony Joshua gave him that opportunity. He gave him the opportunity to get on the inside by rushing in, trying to close the show. In the rematch, he was very disciplined, very mature, and shown that he had learned from his mistakes. And apparently there was some sort of issue going into that fight on June 1st with Andy Ruiz Jr., something that they found out later on, about 3 or 4 weeks after the fight. But something that Anthony Joshua did not want to use as an excuse, so he buried it. He made sure that that information did not come out. And he explained that one day he will explain what that was, but at the moment he wants to make sure that Andy Ruiz Jr. got the credit for that win. And he proved that Andy Ruiz Jr. could not beat the best Anthony Joshua, because let's remember, Andy Ruiz Jr. was saying all this stuff about Anthony Joshua not being a good boxer, not being a good fighter, yet Anthony Joshua schooled him in the rematch. So AJ proved that he is a better boxer than he is given credit for often, because Andy Ruiz Jr. was talking a lot in the build-up to that rematch, but he couldn't do anything with Anthony Joshua because he just couldn't get himself into range. And that was because Anthony Joshua completely shut him out. And it wasn't like it was a boring performance either. It was actually quite an entertaining fight. There were sticky moments in there. There were moments when Anthony Joshua decided he was going to hold his feet and maybe trade a bit with Andy Ruiz Jr. But ultimately, in every exchange, Anthony Joshua did come out on top. And although it could be considered a negative experience, losing his world titles in his American debut against a huge underdog Andy Ruiz Jr., Anthony Joshua then, 6 months later, became a 2-time heavyweight world champion, becoming one of 4 heavyweights who have ever done that in history: Lennox Lewis, Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali. So Anthony Joshua shown levels in that rematch, and against Charles Martin when he first became world champion, he didn't seem all that bothered because it wasn't really a hard fight for him. And against Vladimir Klitschko, he was more elated with that win. But have you ever seen Anthony Joshua react like that to winning a fight? It was almost like that was his first time becoming world heavyweight champion. And it was the biggest night of his career. But anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? Anthony Joshua has explained there were backstabbers ready to stab him in the back when he took his loss with Andy Ruiz Jr. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click your thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.